But let's still just get right into news and video gaming for the week. So, Ubisoft is officially canceling its Phoenix Rising sequel. So they had planned to do a sequel for this game, but yeah, it's not happening. They are going to take, it sounds like they're taking the team from this and moving them onto Assassin's Creed, since they are planning to make 6 Assassin's Creed games in the near future, upcoming future. We know the VR one is probably one. Mirage comes out next month, either next month or in September. So yeah, a little sad, a little disappointing. I thought this was a pretty good game, a pretty cool, family friendly, I guess. I didn't play too much of it, but family friendly Greek mythology game. You can also get a Chinese mythology DLC pack if you're into that. But kind of reading this kind of made me want to go back and play it, because there's some pretty cool stuff. I like the art style; it was very bright and colorful, and it had a pretty big open world. But you could tell it was an Ubisoft game. But it's I think it's not a good idea to do this. I think this would have been a great series that isn't Assassin's Creed, or something that they're constantly producing, like Ghost Recon or something along that line. So I thought it was just a new, well, I don't know if it's really a new IP for them, but it was an IP for them that wasn't the same old song and dance that we're used to from Ubisoft. So disappointing to see that they axed this so early. After one game, they decided to call it quits and go to a game that, to a dead horse that's already been beaten to death, if you know what I mean, you know, with Assassin's Creed. As much as I love Assassin's Creed, I think a break from that would not be a bad thing. A little bit of a 2, 3, maybe even a 4-year break, and then do something new, some new IPs, Ubisoft. But, you know, apparently that will not be happening. So, got more Ubisoft news to cover. Apparently they are going to be closing unused and disabling accounts in the near future. So if you have a Ubisoft account that you haven't logged into in the last 4 years, I think it was, you might want to check your emails to see if you got this, because you could be losing your account within, we just wanted to chime in that you can avoid the account closure by logging in into your account within 30 days. Okay, that's not it. I don't know if it says when this will go active. But it also seems, well, no, they did address, nope. It also seems like they tried to sweep this under the rug, because I didn't see anything about Ubisoft announcing it themselves. They just sent out emails and then telling everybody that, and then the emails were tweeted out. So yeah, a little f***ed up, but check your shit. You could lose your games as well. It was somewhere down here. Where was it? Also highlighted that should a publisher like Ubisoft, who publishes several digital-only titles, decide to pull these titles from sale, even having them in your digital account is not a complete, reliable way to preserve them, as accounts can be quickly closed. So yeah, we could be losing Ubisoft games, it sounds like, in the near future, which is really fucked up, since we were just talking about video game preservation, and that was just big news the other week. And now we go into the following week, and Ubisoft is announcing that they could be taking off games from off the stores completely. So we'll see what happens, but check your Ubisoft account, check your emails. If you have any Ubisoft games you'd like to play, make sure that you can still play them in the very near future, because you might be losing your whole account if you haven't played them. You know, 4 years is a long time, but still, if you're someone that doesn't play video games a lot, but there's that one game like Siege, or maybe Black Flag, an Assassin's Creed game that you still want to go back and finish, and, you know, you could be losing that opportunity. Anyways, we're going to talk about the Diablo patch notes, because it's kind of been big news. It's kind of a source of contention in the gaming world right now, due to the fact that they're kind of fucking some shit up. They really are going to be taking away the ability, or not taking away the, but you're gonna have to start a new character for the season, so that's a little disappointing. There are some really big fixes. This was a huge patch. Like, yeah, see, it's still going. A lot of this is just the fixes, the bug fixes, you know. All this is pretty much good news. I felt like I kind of skimmed through it. It just sounds like a lot of stuff that wasn't working properly, a lot of resources you weren't getting are now going to be fixed. There's going to be more resources. You're going to get more items. Better quality items, it sounds like. But yeah, it is just a long series of fixes. Loading screens have been changed, gameplay fixes, world tiers have been buffed up bonus gold from 15 to 20. Monsters now drop 15% more items, so you know that's all good and dandy. World tiers have been slightly changed. Now this I did like. This was the whole scaling issue right here. If now enemies will not be scaled around you so much. It's going to be still based off your level, but it seems like they're going to be lower than you for the most part. I think it's only bosses and dungeon bosses that might be higher than you, which I'm fine with. So you know they're trying to balance it, it seems like, and they're trying to address a lot of the feedback from the early game, but it's just a lot. Big patch, big update, kind of some good stuff coming, but then there is this, the Season of the Malignant. I'm pretty sure that's Malignant. The Season of the Malignant. So this came out on the 20th, so almost a week ago. There's new armor. I think this is, could be wrong, let me know in the comments. I think this is some kind of armor for day one players or something like that, early game players, people that bought into it, you know, from day one. And yeah, not the greatest looking armor compared to what you get early on, but again, you have to start a whole new character, so you know, at least it's better than your starting armor a little bit, but you still gotta start a whole new character, which is just dumb. They're adding new things, yeah, the Malignant Heart type, so new items in the game. They're supposed to improve your stats, offensive power. But yeah, there's new missions added, dungeons, a new type of dungeons, a bunch of new ways to play the characters. This might unlock new builds, which is one of the funner parts of the games, if you ask me, is the builds. But yeah, the Malignant Tunnels, new types of missions to do. I don't know if they're going to be like the dungeons or the, what were they, the smaller like sheds or god damn it, why am I drawing a blank right now? You know, the smaller areas, not catacombs. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. I apologize. I'm just blanking on that right now. And then there's a new boss, it looks like. I don't know if this is Rashawn weaponizes his hatred in the Consumed. And then we get into the seasonal characters, which this is where I think a lot of people are pissed off. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, I could understand why I'm a little pissed off, but you will need a new character. New character must be made on the seasonal realm. So you cannot have a character that you started prior to the season and take them into the seasonal realm to do the seasonal stuff. That's what it sounds like to me on here. You do not need to purchase a battle pass or any add-ons to play the seasonal content, but you must have completed the campaign on either the Eternal or Seasonal realm, which means I can't play it. So I have not beaten the game. If you haven't beaten the game, you cannot play this new stuff, which is really annoying, because it's just like, oh great, so now for not beating the game, we are getting punished by being late to the seasonal stuff. So that is really frustrating and disappointing. With at least one character, once you have completed the campaign, any seasonal character will start the game with the option to skip the campaign. You get that for beating the game regardless. Your mount available immediately. You get that once you unlock a mount for one character, you get it for all your characters. So these two things were pretty much already in the game. All previous discovered altars of Lilith unlocked and the corresponding renown for them. So I'm pretty sure this is the one telling you that all your other characters, all their altars of Lilith count for each other. So if you have it for one, you now have it for everyone. And then areas of the map revealed. Yeah, so these two are new. So anything you've done with one character in terms of altars of Lilith in the map will now affect every character that you create from now on. So that's pretty cool. But the whole having to be in the game, first of all, in order to play it, and then once you have, you still have to start a whole new character to play this stuff, is really just unbelievable that they went through this. Because with it, I mean, it's unbelievable they went through with it, because we talked about this, I think, last month in news, and yeah, I criticized them and felt like they shouldn't have done it, and they did it. And a lot of people have just opted to not play the new season, and I'm still kind of in between, because again, it does sound like they did a lot of things right. It's just they did one thing really, really bad. So I don't know if there's any way they can rectify this in any way, but if they can, they really should soon, because, you know, they might see a huge player drop. once the season has ended, the character you made and its progress will be transferred to the Eternal Realm. All items you collect, including your seasonal stash, will be transferred to. You can take this character into Sanctuary whenever you please, but season-specific features such as Malignant Hearts will no longer be accessible. Does that mean that the Malignant Hearts are only useful for this season and then they're just not? Oh, wow. I just read that. That sounds really dumb if that's what that is. That if it's only a seasonal thing, and then after this season they're just trash. They're useless. You might as well throw them away. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Starting on July 18th, we strongly recommend you log into Diablo 4 with your most progress Eternal Realm character. Doing so ensures that the progress you made in the campaign and with discovering the map and unlocking Altars of Lilith carries over from your Eternal Realm character to your new Seasonal Realm character. Well, I didn't do that. I'm pretty sure on that day I was playing Exo Primal, so shit. I'm really wondering what that means for me. Like, does that mean I lost a bunch of shit? Does that mean all my characters don't mean anything? Like, why did you do it like this? It does kind of look like what they were promoting in the shop. Yep, got horse armor, some free chest armor that looks like shit. Other random stuff. Is that a weapon skin? You really just kind of screwed it up with that whole your character has to be in the game and then you can't play it and then you gotta start a new character. So I see why people are so kind of conflicted about this patch. It could have been so much better. Could have just been all good news, more stuff, new stuff, you know. But instead they wanted to do, I don't even know why they wanted to do this. I couldn't even begin to think of why they would want to make it that hard just to access the content, the new content. Like, I understand you want people to beat the game before they play the season pass, but you shouldn't be like, hey, you didn't beat the game? Well, fuck you. But it is what it is. We have to go on from here and see what happens. Speaking of Blizzard and bad things, the Overwatch League is probably most likely going to be coming to an end soon. With Overwatch just not doing that well, with 2 not being as big as they probably hoped it would be, PvE being canceled, and the Overwatch League just not being as big of a deal as it used to be back when the game first came out and the league was created. With all these other new shooters coming into it, you know, it's just they're losing way too much money off it. So now with the Activision Microsoft Activision Blizzard buyout, they have all this money, so they could either try and put it back into it and make it relevant again immediately, or it seems like they're just going to bow out for a little bit. They are offering a fee to pay out teams. If teams do not vote to continue under any update operating agreement, a termination fee of $6 million will be payable to each participating team entity, total fee of approximately $114 million. So they're willing to pay these teams if they don't, because they understand, you know, you're probably not going to make money. This hasn't been going well. It's kind of a sinking ship. And to make it worse, other teams have been tweeting out that, you know, they will be signing. Really sad, really fucked up to see. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I don't know. But, yeah, it's just something that's happening that's making its rounds. A lot of people are talking about it, so it's probably happening. It will probably be the end of the Overwatch League for the next few years, which probably isn't a bad thing. Take some time, figure out what you're going to do with the game first, and then if it ever resurges in popularity, if you can ever make it popular again, then try and make another league out of it. But for right now, even players don't like being a part of it, and it's been, wasn't it canceled recently? Oh yeah, it was the NetEase deal over in China, which NetEase decided not to re-sign with the Overwatch League or with Blizzard, so now China no longer has Blizzard games. I'm pretty sure, isn't it all Blizzard games are now not available in China, including, you know, obviously Overwatch. So now there's no more Chinese teams, so that's one whole country out completely. They changed it from 6v6 to 5v5, so then a bunch of teams had to drop a player. You know, it's just been a wild ride for Overwatch, so could be seeing the end of the Overwatch League, which, you know, Let me know if you actually care about that kind of stuff anymore, but moving on. Xbox apparently is trying out some new service that could be providing emulation, it seems like, on Xbox. So the prices I've seen for this were all in pounds, so it might be Europe or UK, and yeah, the UK market only for right now. They claim the quality is really good, still has the original looking graphics, you can play co-op. I'm not entirely sure of this. This is the first I've heard about this. There's a lot of information, but you know, I'm not entirely sure what they're calling it. It never really says. I think I'm going into other articles, but yeah, so if you live in the UK, let me know if you've heard of this, an emulation service being offered by Xbox with over 1,400 classic games, part of a new service. So it's available right now on Xbox as well as PC, but I haven't, I haven't seen it at all, so I don't know what they're talking about. Features over 1,400 titles covering a variety of different consoles like the Nintendo Entertainment Systems, the X Spectrum. I don't know how this would be legal though. Because how could Microsoft, there's no way Nintendo would let them emulate their games on a Microsoft system. This is bullshit. It's from Gaming Bible, so, but it kind of seems like bullshit. Or like an April Fool's joke. I don't know. Well, it did just come out this morning, so again, if you live in the UK, let me know. But they're claiming, you know, that many games for a full year, $30, or a lifetime supply of access for $80, which really isn't bad, or 80 pounds, my bad. 30 pounds and 80 pounds. I don't know how much that is in American dollars, so I can't really say. Need a keyboard. Clunky. I thought I read something in here. Oh no, I think that was Diablo. Never mind. But yeah, it might be on PC. Well, they're claiming it's on Xbox and PC, so I would need more information to make a full assessment. But yeah, that is pretty much everything for this week. So we're gonna wrap it up and call it good here. So thanks everyone who's watching. Make sure if you're new here, go down. Links are immediately down there. Watch the full stream too if you want, and make sure to possibly subscribe. Help me out a lot. Hit the bell so you know when I'm live every Monday through Thursday. Make sure to like. Really helps me out with the algorithm. Help me get my videos out there more to new people. And yeah, I think that's everything. So yeah, enjoy, and hopefully I'll see you in a video soon.